I want to share 2 insights I had recently for sending and feeling energy. These happened at Energy Dojo. See, we play these games there. One person sends energy, the other person receives energy, but here's the catch. The receiver wears a blindfold, or just closes their eyes. The sender sends to either their left hand or their right hand. Don't touch them, don't tell them which one, just send the energy and let them feel it. And what this does is it shows you when your energy is working and when it's not. So you can get feedback as you practice and get better at these skills. Often, I'm just teaching when I go to Energy Dojo. But last time I got in there and played the games with the students, and I actually learned a lot. Here's the 2 insights. 1, when you're quieting your energy, quiet it in whatever part of your body you're going to be receiving. So let's unpack that. First, quieting your energy. That means making your energy really steady so that it's not changing, not going up and down, not changing signature, just nice and steady. So that then when you feel a shift in your energy, you know that it came from your partner and not from your own energy just changing all on its own. So that's quieting your energy. Now, I've been studying energy for decades. I quiet my energy all the time. And yet, when I was playing these games, I was having a really hard time feeling which hand the energy was going to. And then it hit me. Normally, when I quiet my energy, I think about my chest. I also get my stomach and my head, but I don't normally think about my hands. I had an idea. What if the energy in my hands wasn't quiet? So I tested it out. In the week before Energy Dojo, I just practiced connecting to my hands, quieting the energy there, engaging all of the ethereal muscles and structures and all of that stuff that's involved in doing this well. And then at Energy Dojo, I tested it out. I tried quieting my hands and feeling people's energy. And I went 4 for 4. I wish I could have done more trials, but I was in the middle of teaching a class. Then I let the energy in my hands get noisy again. And I tried feeling people's energy. And I just got random results. So that's insight 1. Quieting your energy isn't on or off. It happens in different parts of the body. And if you're receiving in your hands, you want to quiet your hands. If you're receiving in your shoulders, you want to quiet your shoulders. Wherever you're receiving energy, that's where you want to quiet it. Insight 2. Focus on where your energy is going in the other person. Now, this happens automatically when I'm doing a healing session because I'm connecting into the other person's energy. I'm reading the energy of their skin and muscle and tendon and ligament and cartilage and all the other tissues. But when I'm playing these games, especially if I'm kind of distracted because I'm also teaching a class, I learned it's something I have to think about. And here's what I found. So my partner was sitting with her hands out. I was hovering my hand over one of hers, right? A couple inches away, her other hand was, shoulder width apart. And if I was focused on the hand I was sending to, she went 4 for 4. If I was just focused on my own hand, though, she didn't get it wrong. She didn't think it was the other hand, but what she said while her eyes were closed, while she didn't know where my hand was, I feel it in both my hands. If I got distracted, if I was looking at the other couples who were practicing, the same thing happened. She said, I feel it in both my hands. So, really interesting. When I'm focused on her hand that I'm sending to, she goes 4 for 4, and she's confident each time in what she's saying. When I'm focused on my own hand, or distracted with the rest of the class, she doesn't get it wrong, but she confidently says, I feel this in both my hands. Now, she had no idea when I was distracted or focused, or when I was paying attention to my hand or paying attention to her hand. Her eyes were closed, and she was just receiving energy. I had a similar experience with another student, where I would focus on my own hands, and she wouldn't know where the energy was going. And I would focus on where I wanted it in her body, and she would feel it accurately and confidently. And then another experience from a class a few weeks ago, where I had 3 students who were having a hard time feeling energy, and they all wanted to feel it. And so what we did is they all lined up in front of me. I tell them, I'm going to flip a coin. If it comes up heads, I'm going to send energy. If it comes up tails, I'm just going to stand here. We'll do a few trials so that you all get at least one time feeling energy when you don't know whether it's coming or not. So the 3 of them line up. They close their eyes. For simplicity, let's call them Alice, Bob, and Carol. And I flip the coin, it comes up heads, I start sending energy. Bob, who's in front of me, feels it right away. I send energy to people in front of me all the time. Really good at it. And he gives a thumbs up. His eyes are still closed. He just gives a thumbs up to indicate that he's feeling the energy. Alice and Carol, who are off to my sides, don't feel anything. They give a thumbs down. And I realize all of my experience with energy is one-on-one. So I look over at Alice, and I start focusing on her. And she turns her thumb from thumbs down to thumbs sideways, like maybe she's feeling something. And I think, okay, cool. I still don't say anything. Their eyes are closed. They don't know what's going on. But I look over to Carol, and I start focusing on her. Carol doesn't feel anything. That's okay. She's working on this stuff. But Alice, her thumb goes back to thumbs down. She stopped feeling it as soon as I stopped focusing on her. I turn back to Alice. I really focus on her. She goes thumbs up. I turn back to Carol, see if I can get her to feel anything. And as soon as I turn back to Carol, Alice goes to thumbs down. And at this point, I say something. I say, okay guys, open your eyes, and I explain to them what's happened. And Alice says, oh good, I thought I was going crazy. It kept coming and going and coming and going. And what really happened is my focus was going on her and then going somewhere else, and going on her and going somewhere else. And my energy was following my focus. So, the second insight is that even more important than holding your hand near the person is focusing on where in their body you want the energy to go. Give it a try. I've put links to these games and the techniques for playing them down there in the doobly-doo. Leave a comment, let me know how it works, and I'll see you next time.